The Knicks' second half starts on Thursday against the Detroit Pistons in Madison Square Garden. We're going to be talking about a lot today, some injury updates to get to. The guys just played their All-Star game, which is pretty cool. But this podcast is just going to be talking about the second half. Look, Chris, we only have 26 games left, so it's not really a second half. It's getting down there, Chris. Chris, how are you? What's going on?
Doing good. Enjoyed the All-Star festivities, obviously. New York went out there, represented, multiple ways. But doing good, eh? How you feeling, man?
Feeling good. Did you watch anything? I didn't get your opinion.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I obviously just watched the games that happened today, the World and Stripes and all that. I don't know how I feel about it. I thought it was competitive. I'll put that out there. I thought it was competitive. Dudes were playing hard out there.
Yeah.
I guess I'll take that format. I watched the dunk contest as well, and that was just a little bit of a letdown. Usually the dunk contest, I feel, that's just been going downhill ever since, the days of Dwight and Aaron Gordon and all that. But I guess there's only so many dunks you can do, right?
Yeah, it felt like, to be honest, it felt like leading up to this NBA All-Star game, they could have did away with it. The stadium was empty, and then it was just a disaster. Dunk contest was a disaster, and then you got a three-point contest, and then, look, it's fun. The guys were, I'm going to be honest with you, I didn't watch anything leading up to the All-Star game. I didn't watch the dunk contest. I didn't watch the three-point contest. I was checked out. I'm not going to be honest with you. It doesn't have the same pizzazz. Like,
are you telling me you did not see Allen Houston hitting 3
Oh no, I watched
shots?
the skills. I watched the skills challenge, but I didn't watch like the other stuff, like the dunk contest mainly, which was like the show. Once Allen Houston, Cat, Brunson, they got their trophies. Congrats to them. I'm like, okay, like I don't need to watch. I don't need to watch anything else. Like I really don't. Shout out to Allen Houston, man. Favorite.
Yeah, usually I even usually watch the celebrity game. I didn't watch that this time. 3-point contest, I actually missed it. But I shout out to Dame, came back and didn't get hurt and won the whole damn thing, which was insane. But yeah, excited for the Knicks, obviously well represented this All-Star weekend. And yeah, man, like you said, second half of the season, what can we expect from the New York Knicks?
What can we expect from the New York Knicks? Chris, if you could turn your mic up a little bit to see if you can. So yeah, 26 games left, Chris. That's nothing. So right now, the Knicks currently sit at number 3 in the Eastern Conference. So in terms of tiebreakers, they don't own the tiebreaker against the Detroit Pistons. They have one more game against the Boston Celtics. That would be very important. I would like the New York Knicks to win that so we can, in terms of tiebreak, I don't know if they win the tiebreak, if they win that. Yeah, I think they do. Because we beat them earlier in the season. We beat them last week. And if we beat them a third time, then we win that tiebreaker. So that's important, man. Look, 26 games left, right? I mean, last week I'm sitting there talking about tiebreakers, and I'm like, look, it's still early. I'm like, whoa, no, it's 26 games left. It's go time. So in terms of injury updates, Chris, OG Anunoby is day-to-day. And that's about it, right? I don't think there's anything significant on the Knicks front. Did I miss anything? Just OG Anunoby, right? Day-to-day.
Yeah, I think that's about it. I mean, obviously, McBride, we won't be seeing him for a bit. But other than that, look, Cat was out there, ended All-Star weekend healthy. Same with Jalen Brunson.
Cat got his range back.
So I wanted to talk about that. Man.
What was that?
Out there, I think he missed like one, and then after that, he was just lights out. So I'm hoping that travels back to MSG. I'm hoping that travels back because that's the Cat we've been missing.
Yeah, like we've been missing those threes, the back-breaking threes from like damn near half court. I'm like, whoa, okay, where's this been? Maybe, whatever you did prior to the game, do it again because we've been missing that. And
I think it was a skills challenge, man. I think him getting those shots up, he hit 2 big 4-point shots out there, and Maybe we got Cat back.
Maybe. I hope so. I got a 3-point percentage stat that I'm going to get to you in a bit, but in regards to Josh Hart, who's actually shooting lights out this season. But I guess, look, the acquisitions of Jeremy Sochan, Chris, he's going to wear number 20. Trivia's coming back, by the way. Got a trivia question for Chris regarding that number 20 number. So be prepared for that. Alvarado's here with the team. He said he's going to stay back in Tarrytown and learn the plays and practice with the coaches and start to get implemented in the system. He's already had 2 amazing games in a New York Knicks uniform. Schedule coming out of the break, Chris, is not easy. I guess, where do you stand right now as a Knicks fan? Like, where are you with this team? Like, are you feeling good? Are you feeling confident? And how much do you think this Pistons game on Thursday means to you? And we can just, go off of your response. So where do you stand on the Knicks right now?
I feel pretty good about the Knicks right now,
Yeah.
I mean, look, it's no secret we've been a bit inconsistent, on both sides of the ball, really. Going on that long losing streak really, I guess, challenged me in the sense of, believing in what this team can do, deep in the playoffs. But I always remind myself, look, it's a marathon, right? It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. And come playoff time, I think we have one of the deeper teams out there. Obviously OKC's and all that out there on another level, but I think the Knicks do match up well with what we have right now. And really, it's all going to come down to health, in my opinion. But the New York Knicks, I think they've shown enough thus far that they can be a competitor. I think this team is a championship competing team. And look, they just, they've been showing us on defense. They've been doing a lot better on defense. And offense is not a worry for me. We seem to be able to score with no matter who's out there on the floor. Mm-hmm. But again, first year under Mike Brown, and I think the team is finally starting to figure out who they are. And with the additions of Alvarado and now Sochan, giving us that toughness back. And granted, we yet to see what Sochan can do on the floor, what he's going to provide for us, but I think we're trending up.
Well said. I think we are trending up as well. And the numbers show it, Chris. I wrote down a couple of numbers here. The Knicks are 3rd in offensive rating in the NBA. They're 10th in defensive rating in the NBA. They are 6th in NBA in opponents' points per game allowed at 111.9. I'm pretty sure the Brooklyn Nets game had a lot to lower that number. But the numbers are trending up. The Knicks defense is trending up with a couple of hiccups. Look, the Pacers game obviously is the most recent one to speak of. But, the Pistons game, but I don't want to talk about that. Like, it's the NBA. It's a long season, right? I mean, it happens. Yeah. So hopefully we get OG back. We implement, Alvarado with OG. And I think the Alvarado addition just, honestly, like, it gives, like we said in the last podcast, Chris, it gives the Knicks like a kind of new dimension, this toughness that they've been missing and that we've been wanting and craving, this like these dogs. And Sochan and Alvarado bring that. And I think that will just help this Knicks team hit another gear in a way, in a weird sense. But yeah, I'm feeling also really good as a Knicks fan right now. Look, before you know it, it's March, and then before you know it, it's April, and then it's go time. If the season ended today, Chris, the New York Knicks will be playing the Philadelphia 76ers in the first round. And I'm going to be honest with you, I would feel really good about that matchup, right?
Yeah.
6 straight in Philly. Too. I know the media will probably be like hyping that up, like, oh, Philly this. I would feel really good about that matchup right now.
Same. We've been there before, right?
Exactly. I mean, it's easy to say after that ass kicking in Philly, right? But I think we just own them.
I mean, of course. Look, I think if that was the matchup, and obviously you don't know what you're going to get out of Embiid with his health and all that. Granted, they got some good players out there. I'm fully confident the Knicks would take that series, man.
I am as well. And just to throw out some numbers for you. So Josh Hart is currently shooting 40% from three. That is better than Jalen Brunson, Karl Anthony Towns, OG Anunoby, and Mikal Bridges. And Diawara is shooting 41% from three. So it's like,
Hey,
Hart is having this like low-key, really good season from behind the arc. And I'm here for it because he's not being hesitant. He's having a really damn good season for this team. I'm sure he's on vacation right now with his family and just relaxing as they should. You know, the guys should be getting their bodies right, and it's go time on Thursday again because this is a long season. But, you know, they just got Jeremy Sochan. You know, we're look, in terms of standing wise, I know Knicks fans, if you were to tell them at the All-Star break they would be behind Boston in the standings, most Knicks fans would be like, whoa, what went wrong? But Boston's having this like elite offensive season, and they are just efficient as hell. And shout out to Joe Mazzulla. They're having a great season. But I don't know if the Tatum thing is dangling over them. If he's coming back, you see them moving times up. I don't know if you saw that, Chris. They moved a game in March back, I believe, so it could be nationally televised on NBC. And many people are like, whoa, that's Tatum. That's Tatum's return.
well, not only that, I don't know if you caught this at the end of the All-Star game today.
Ooh.
They played a whole Jason Tatum like, hey, I'm recovering kind of documentary that's coming out soon. They played this whole thing for him right after the game. So it's like, sounds like he's close, man.
Yeah.
It sounds like he's close, which is crazy.
So it is crazy. So you have that thing, you know, hanging over the East pretty much. But I honestly, we're third in the East, guys, but I honestly think the Knicks are the best team in the conference, and it's our conference to lose. Because I like with the Alvarado edition, I know Deuce, I'm hoping to get him back, but I just think that this Knicks team, when they want to be great, they are great. But sometimes they aren't great, Chris, and it's like it makes you think. But I'm just hoping to be more consistent in the second half, and who knows? Maybe we can catch Detroit. It's not likely, but maybe we can catch Detroit, you know? So we'll see. Yeah. Shout out to the chat. I see you all in the chat. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. Shout out to the members in here. Chris and I are just chopping it up tonight on this Monday night. So shout out to the chat. Really appreciate you guys in the chat. So, yeah. Third in the East, Chris. Like I said, the third in offensive rating, 10th in defensive rating. You have, what's your surprise? You know, first half surprise. I think I know where you're going to go with this. If you could point out a player who surprised you the most, who are you looking forward to watching in the second half? And then I'll give you mine.
First half surprise, man. Yeah. You know what? Maybe I'm going to go a little bit. I'm going to say my first half surprise is Cat. I didn't think he was going to have the struggles he's had from, you know, shooting from deep.
Yeah.
That's been a surprise to me, man. And I think, and again, more, even more reasons why I am excited about his showing during All-Star weekend, because if we get that version of Cat back, and look, the Knicks have done pretty well with Karl Anthony Towns, who hasn't really been shooting the ball, you know, as well as we've seen him do in the past.
Yeah.
If we get the Karl Anthony Towns back that can space the floor and do so consistently, I think that makes the Knicks so much more dangerous, man. Because that's something we haven't seen from Cat at all, really. If you think about it, he's been driving to the paint a lot. You know, his shot's not falling. He doesn't look like he's comfortable out there for whatever reason shooting the ball. Mm-hmm. And if we can get that version of Cat back that we had last season, you know, hitting those clutch shots during the Detroit series and things like that, you know, that's the Cat I would love to see. But that's my surprise, man. The Cat struggles from deep.
Speaking of despite the Cat struggles from deep, the Knicks are third in the NBA in three-point percentage. Third, you know, and Hart great year. Mikal, good year. Shamet, great year. Diawara, great year. Brunson, good year for his standards. And they're third in 3-point percentage, but despite Cat shooting 35%, lowest since his rookie year. So yeah, I'm hoping what we saw in the World versus USA, right? World versus USA.
Yeah.
I don't like. I looked
USA
on. I go on. I don't know if you went
teams
on.
pretty much.
I don't know if you went on ESPN, but the stats are like it says World versus Stars, then Stars versus Stripes, then World versus Stripes, then Stars versus Stripes. It is so confusing if you have no idea what's going on, and I'm most don't. But yeah, like, look, I think he'll be fine. I think what we saw in the game was a really good, positive step for Karl Anthony Towns. You saw him come into the stadium with a nice jacket. You know, he's all New York City'd out, which I love it. Like he loves New York. He wants to be here. He wants to win here. They won the skills competition. They got the cup trophy. We got the skills trophy, Chris. It's like the only trophy left is what? Come on now.
Gotta win that chip.
We gotta win that chip. So
win that chip.
I think Cat will be fine, but I'm going Mo. I'm going Muhammad D, Frenchman, because I didn't really expect too much of him, and to sit here and speak highly of the rookie, and to have actually some Knicks fans nervous that the Knicks may not be able to retain him, Chris, this summer, which I don't think the Knicks will let that happen unless a team offers him some crazy nonsense that the Knicks don't want to match. But he is a restricted free agent. I don't think the Knicks will let him leave or get him out the gym. But he's been a pleasant surprise, Chris. I don't think Sochan's going to take his minutes. I think Sochan's going to be, kind of like this jack of all trades type of guy. But to me, it's Mo, because look, let's face it. He was in the rotation, and he was out the rotation. Then he had the career night in New Orleans, right? Then he was out the rotation, chucking a lot, right? Getting 2 3-point happy. Now he's back in the rotation and playing really well. Like really freaking well for this team. And I'm just happy that he's growing, he's blossoming, he's growing in front of our eyes. He's only freaking 20 years old. And I want to see what he looks like in the second half of the season. Because you know what they say about rookies is sometimes they hit these rookie walls, and it's a long season. It's a grind for them. And like, we've seen it a little bit from him, but he just looks like a learner. He just looks so smart out there, and I'm just impressed with how he's played. And I love the kid.
And I think that's the most impressive thing about Diawara, right? Is that we've seen him go out there, have some success, start to struggle a little bit, get pulled, and then not play for what seems like game on game on game. Come back in, show improvement, and then again get pulled and not play a couple games, and to the point where now he's out there and he's impacting the game with not only his offense, like you mentioned, shooting at a 41% clip from 3, but also he's putting the ball on the ground. He's driving, he's creating, he's defending premier guys, and doing so, obviously he's not taking them on the whole entire game, but in the minutes that he's out there, he's holding his own. So Diawara obviously was that was going to be my pick, but figured I'd go with the Cat because it's just that obvious. But and you know who's another surprise I'll throw out there? Landry Shamet, man. I'll say Landry Shamet because he held it down, when the Knicks were reeling with, couple of bumps and bruises, I'll say, but Landry Shamet came out and look, for everything he's gone through with this team, coming back from that injury that he had, and just playing as tough as he does, and being a knockdown shooter for us when we needed him the most. You gotta give some props to Landry Shamet as well.
Yeah, it was like a last minute re-sign from Shamet. We kind of, like, honestly, thank goodness we did. And look, Shamet's been awesome. He got hurt, had a little hiccup there, but now he's back playing really well. Really wanted him to hit that 3 versus Indiana, though.
I know the one you're talking about too. It's
Really?
wide open. It's probably the most open shot he gotten.
Yeah, but it happens. But so yeah, those are our surprises. Well, pleasant surprises of the first half, and hopefully these guys can, do more of the same in the second half. And look, we're in a good spot, Chris. We're third in the East. But once again, shout out to the chat. I see everyone in here. Shout out to the members in here. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. If you're new here, hello, I'm Anthony. That's Chris. We do a podcast. We're doing it more consistently now. Hey, now we're back, ladies and gentlemen, talking about the Knicks. It's crunch time, man. It's getting to that point. I'm getting that itch again. I'm getting that itch again. Once again, season ended today. You would face the 76ers, and another stat that I came across, Chris. The Knicks are 23rd in free throw rate in the NBA. The refs hate us, man. The refs hate us. Right, that's the only logical explanation, right? Jalen Brunson, a foul baiter, and here we are, 23rd in free throw rate in the NBA.
Right. I think they could put that to bed now. I mean, it's clear that not only does Jalen Brunson not have a good whistle, but man, Karl Anthony Towns, who personally I say he gets mauled every single drive. He never gets the whistle. So I think those, Brunson flopping or whatever you want to say he is, foul baiter, foul merchant, that can all be put to bed.
All of it. So, first 4 games out the break, Chris. Detroit, Houston, Chicago, Cleveland. 2 of those games in Madison Square Garden, with Detroit and Houston being in the Garden. And then you go to Chicago, and then you go to Cleveland to take a look at their new team. Well, what they got going on with James Harden. The James Harden Cleveland Cavaliers, Chris.
The East favorites, right? After that trade.
According to who? Who said that?
I think that was Bleacher, I believe that said
gosh.
that. It was like they're the favorites out of the East. I forget who said it in particular. I could be wrong on that, but
I heard that too. James Harden, the favorite, who gets knocked out every year in the playoffs.
Who doesn't play defense anymore?
Donovan Mitchell, who gets knocked out every year in the playoffs. Okay, I'll play along, but maybe look, you gotta give them look. What it is. But I'm not worried about Cleveland. Is what I'm trying to say. But how do you want? I know this game versus Detroit. I know they got some guys suspended, right? I think Duran is suspended, but I don't know if he's gonna play on Thursday. I don't think so because he's suspended. Isaiah Stewart too. Man, Adam Silver, by the way, is catching some slings and arrows from everyone in terms of the tanking and everything. But what do you expect from the team Thursday?
I would prefer both teams be at full strength because that's really ultimately, as a fan, that's what I want to see. Look, Detroit is a hell of a team. They play tough, they play physical, but they're gonna bring that no matter what, no matter who they got on the court. That's their identity. And I think what I want to see from the Knicks is go out there and obviously, hopefully, get a win, but match that physicality. Match that intensity, because everybody likes to say, oh, it's just the regular season, blah, blah. But for me, we've been embarrassed a couple times now by Detroit. I want to go out there and send a message that, we got some stuff here that we can do against y'all, and just kind of show them, look, y'all don't got our number as much as y'all think y'all do.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see. Because we've been embarrassed a few times,
Mm-hmm. No, for sure. I want this team to come out inspired with the new additions. Maybe get Sochan out there, throw someone on the ground. Hey, I don't condone violence. But I don't know, everyone I ask, Chris, about the Knicks having, okay, now we got dogs. Why do you think Knicks fans fall in love with these guys who get in these brawls and stir-ish up? Why do you think we're so infatuated with these types of players? I don't know what it is. It's just
the grit. It's the heart, the grit, just, having the back of your, I mean, I feel like that's what New York is, right? You get the back of your boys, you get the back of your friends, your families. You're always gonna have their back, right?
Yep.
So when we see, like, for instance, again, I go back to the, Mitchell Robinson getting thrown on the ground and Jose Alvarado from New York, first one there, getting in people's faces. That's what it's all about. I think New York embraces that, the toughness, the hustle, the little things, man. I think that has to be it. Has to be it.
And I think a lot of fans fell in love with the teams in the 90s that fell short to, like, obviously Jordan and whatnot, but Charlie Ward or like Ewing, Johnson, remember they all got suspended from that time when they left the bench, and that kind of messed up that season. But I just think Oakley, Oak, just Anthony Mason, right? I just think people fell in love with those teams, and we've kind of lost that a little bit. They love this team, but this team didn't have the edge. That's why people like Dante a lot, because you would see the edge, and Hartenstein too. But
even Julius,
yeah, that's one thing. Julius Randle, like, I respect the hell out of him. He had an edge, and I didn't get that from this team at all. Everything was just too buddy, like hugs and kisses after the game, like the Draymond thing, and just like it just rubbed a lot of fans, like it's just like, come on, man. I know it's the different time, but still, like if there's anything to take out of something, it's I just what I'm trying to say is Knicks fans missed the toughness. Now we got the toughness back, and hopefully it can, bear fruit for a finals run,
Yeah, I hope so, man. But I think, what Alvarado has brought so far, just with that alone, just his energy, just the contagious energy that he brings, and then obviously standing up for his teammates and showing them, yo, I just got here, but I got your back. I think that's huge, man, and that trickles down to everybody in that team. So I hope we can embrace that as part of our identity going forward, because it's something that, while, when you look at X's and O's, you probably don't see it being that big of a deal, but it's huge. And we've seen it bear fruit for us for past Knicks teams, that toughness, that edge, that grit. We need that. We do, man. It's getting me excited right now. So, yeah.
Man, I'm thinking about Oak. Oak got in fights with everybody.
But that was the whole team, man.
If I remember, the whole team. I don't remember Ewing being like that much of a pain in the ass. I just remember him like sticking up for his guys and not, dealing with the BS pretty much. I don't remember him being like a fighter. In essence,
Ewing was a big dude, though.
Yeah, exactly. he was a presence to him.
He had that intimidation, And I'm not stepping up to Patrick Ewing. Prime Patrick Ewing? No, I'm good.
Not at all. Okay, we talked about. We're looking forward to the second half of the season, guys, and more of the same. It starts up on Thursday again. I can't wait for it to get here. Obviously, Sochan, he's already. I think he posted something on Instagram asking for a barber, asking to dye his hair. I don't know if you saw that, Chris.
I did see that. He's looking for someone to change the color of his hair ASAP.
Blue and orange?
We gotta put a poll up, man. Like blue, orange, rainbow. What's it gonna be?
I actually came up with a concept for a shirt for him too, by the way. Let me put it in the chat really quick. How you like that?
That's pretty dope.
It's pretty dope, right?
Yeah.
It's fire.
I mess with that.
I don't know if anyone would mess with that though, but I don't know why I can't make it smaller. I'm sitting there trying to play.
Let's see how the debut goes, right?
Yeah. You think he'll play a lot, or we spoke about this last time, I still think
it's going to be situational. Yeah. But I could see him playing 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, do you think he'll get minutes over someone like a Clarkson? Because, look, we've been seeing Clarkson's minutes kind of, roller coaster, like up and down. And, I could see him getting some minutes there.
I don't see a world where Clarkson's in the rotation. Like, I think Mike Brown's going to have to pick and choose if Kolek or Clarkson, because Clarkson, he's a bucket. He can get a bucket. He can get hot, but he can get cold. Yeah. Like he gets attacked defensively, and he doesn't have that same edge defensively like Kolek has. Kolek at least will, try. I'm not here to say Clarkson doesn't try. I don't want Clarkson to come after me. By the way, you saw him coming after a lot of Knicks fans on X. Talking.
Well, it's funny though, because I actually feel like Clarkson is actually, like, compared to the Clarkson I've seen in the past, whether that's Lakers or that's Jazz. I feel like he's playing at really tough on defense. It's just like, the height difference at times with the matchups, they just get it right over him, and it's just like he's playing hard. He's playing physical, and he's trying to match, the intensity on defense, but it never seems to work out for him. And I feel he kind of gets a bad rap in that sense, because it's like it's almost like when Cat first got here. Everybody's challenging Cat, and it just seems like he's getting, like, beat every single time on defense and not really trying. I feel like it's some of that a little bit with Jordan Clarkson. But, me personally, I want Jordan Clarkson to succeed. It just kind of sucks to see him not getting much minutes lately.
Oldest Knick on the team, Jordan Clarkson, by the way. He won us the cup. He's a
fact. Yep.
If you want a bucket, put Clarkson in the game. If you want a bucket, and the veteran presence, I think, will be valuable for us for Jordan Clarkson, and I think he'll play some. I'm not here to say that he's not going to get just going to get DMPs. I think Mike Brown will find some avenues and to play him in and get his confidence up. But I think he's a true veteran, and he just wants to see this team win. I mean, even after he doesn't play, Chris, I see him on X after, like, every game, just, like, supporting the guys, like, oh, Big Mitch or Big Country, like, stuff like that is valuable.
I love that.
Yeah,
I love that. Shows that he's still engaged. Is not like anything malicious. So shout out to Jordan Clarkson, man, for being a true vet.
For real. Shout out to JC. And so it came out today, Chris, that not today, I think a few days ago, that Jeremy Sochan will wear number 20 for the New York Knicks. I guess this is the trivia section of today's podcast.
Ooh.
I guess I'll add some music in the background, but who was the last person to wear number 20 on the New York Knicks?
Ooh.
Do you want me to give you some options?
I'll take some options.
Okay. Was it... I feel like you'll get this. All right. Was it Kevin Knox? A. Was it B, Trevor Keels? Was it C, Elfrid Payton? Or was it D, Toussaint Evubovan?
Damn.
I even throw in another one. Jericho Sims.
It wasn't. Damn, what did Jericho Sims wear? I know it wasn't Trevor Keels. I mean, I think the only...
First of all, can we take a step back? Number 20, it feels kind of wrong having people wear that number.
I mean, that's Allen Houston.
Yeah.
That's Allen Houston.
That's Allen Houston.
I was just talking him up.
When I hear number 20 on the New York Knicks, I think of Allen Houston. That number, I know we didn't win with him, but I don't know. That number should be like not retired in the rafters, but like, dude, don't wear this number. Like Allen Houston wore this number.
I mean, it should be one of those numbers that are, like retired by now.
Yeah.
The last play I remember clearly is Kevin Knox.
Okay. So you're going to say Kevin Knox?
I'll say Kevin Knox.
All right. Chris said Kevin Knox. There's a big there's a big wah, 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 wah.
I was gonna go with that because I was like, that's a hell of a name for you to remember.
Two-way contract. Toussaint Evo Buwan will wear number 20 for the New York Knicks. Last worn by Jericho Sims. So the last
I don't remember Jericho having that number.
I don't remember Jericho having that number either.
That's crazy.
So the last person to wear it was him. Then Dylan Windler wore it. Trevor Keels actually wore it.
Did he? I thought Trevor Keels was like. I was pretty certain that Trevor Keels did not wear 20.
Trevor Keels, he wore number 0. No, he didn't.
That's what I thought. I thought he wore like.
I see him in a 3, but the last person to wear Allen Houston numbers was Toussaint. You remember Toussaint?
That's crazy. I do. Like for like a flash in the pan.
Oh man. So yeah. So Jeremy Sochan will wear number 20 for the New York Knicks. That should be fun.
Toussaint is a NBA Cup champion, still technically.
Wait, now I'm looking up this Jericho Sims. I don't think. Yeah, he did wear number 20. that's real. I don't. Yeah, for some reason I don't think of number 20 with Jericho Sims. I think there was a number change. Like he went from 45 to 20.
Okay, that's probably why then. Because I was like, man, I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, he went from 45 to 20. Here's Sims's Knicks put like a thank you for Jericho. Jericho Sims actually had like a double-double the other day too, by the way.
Jericho Sims was solid, man. He Knicks fans, we all got on him towards the end of his Knicks tenure, but he was solid, man. He was solid.
Shout out Jericho. Shout out to every single one of you in the chat. So yeah, second half, it starts on Thursday. Once again, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Really appreciate you guys tuning in to the KnicksNation podcast. If you want to hit us up on Apple, Spotify, just look for the KnicksNation logo. Just type in KnicksNation and please follow on the audio side. Instagram, X, it's at KnicksNation as well. Chris, anything else you wanted to touch on tonight? Did we hit pretty much everything?
I think we did, man. Again, shout out to the New York Knicks, Jalen Brunson, Karl Anthony Towns, Allen Houston, Rick Brunson out there representing, bringing trophies home during All-Star weekend. And yeah, look, now it's time to get the eyes on the main prize and making a deep playoff run. I mean, obviously, second half of the season is coming up. We got a test with Detroit.
Let's go.
Undermanned Detroit team at that. So, look, we got to go out there. We got to show something, man. We got to show something, not get punked again by this Detroit Pistons team.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's implement the new guys. Alvarado, hopefully a second time in Madison Square Garden, and get the jitters out the way. Brunson, Cat can now rest their bodies because they're done with the All-Star festivities. OG Anunoby, that is something we're going to be watching day to day with regarding to his foot. Hopefully he's out there on Thursday. If he's not, I'll be, a little bit concerned, Chris. I'll be kind of like, okay, something's going on with OG that I don't like, but we'll see. Once again, shout out to KnicksNation. Would you be concerned if he's not out there Thursday?
I'd be a little bit concerned. I don't think there's anything really going on with OG. I know his toe. Apparently, he lost the entire nail off his toe, which, ouch. But I don't know how long it usually takes for a nail to grow back, or at least to feel good again. But
It's gonna
you
be
know
wrapped.
what?
Yeah.
I think the Knicks have a little bit of a luxury now with obviously Sochan and Alvarado,
Yeah.
where maybe they could get away with resting OG until he's 100% or as close as he can get, right? So I wouldn't worry too much, but I'll be a little bit concerned. I'll put it that way.
So we'll see. Once again, appreciate you guys in the chat. I'm Anthony from KnicksNation.
I'm Chris.
We'll catch you next time. Peace.
Peace.